Well. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah. Well, alrighty. Here we go. Alright. Hey, look at this. It's Lee there, or me, or whatever. Brandon's here. Cookie's here. James is here. Lucille. Alright, we're going to get started. Alright. Okay, so while we're getting started here, could somebody check and see if the screen on YouTube is up and working okay? Anyone? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. Alright, so let's get started. Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, that kind of nicely fuzzy. Anyway, let's get started. My name is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Basically, I got this channel started a long time ago, about 15 years ago, when my 9-year-old daughter wanted to learn how to trade. Okay? Wanting to learn how to trade when she was 9. This was back in 08. So, the strategy I had to come up with, it had to be simple. It had to be safe. It had to be predictable, consistent, and no way that she could lose. So, what does that mean? Well, that means I had to come up with a couple of rules. 5 rules. Number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold long term, because you just might have to. Second, do not ever sell at a loss. Third, make sure the company has increased dividends. Consistent increased dividends. I personally like 20 years of increased dividends. Fourth, Damon, thank you for that. Fourth, make sure the company has weekly options. I am looking for weekly cash flow. I cannot do that with anything else. Mommy Outlaw, send me a DM here. I'll take care of it. Big screen is working. All right. Hey, Michael David Robson, where are you today? You're always flying somewhere. Good night, have to sleep. Got it. Happy to serve. All right, Damon. So, all right, let's go over the rules again. Number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company has plenty of dividend increases. I personally like 20. Weekly options. I want weekly cash flow. And 5th, make sure the numbers work. Finally home. Well, cool beans. 3J6. I have no idea what that means. Tiki Talk. Hello, sir. How are you today? Kind of curious how that ad's coming along. Still waiting. Alrighty. So, it is, what is today? Today's Monday. Monday the 5th of August. The official 50. I did got roasted today. I don't know. I haven't looked. Seriously, I haven't looked since this morning. So we'll jump in. We'll take a look, see what's going on, and we'll see how we react to it. Toward it. Yeah, we'll see how we react toward it, depending on what has happened over the day. Yo, how much money did everyone lose today? Kelly in New York City, how are you today? All right, so let's take a gander at some of the positions. Wow. That took away quite a bit of my profit and loss for year to date. Well, I didn't lose anything today, only because I sold my covered calls. I got my 1% for the week. Remember, when I'm looking to get weekly cash flow, I'm looking to get you 1% per week, but you thinking that the stock has to go up in order for you to get the 1%. No, it don't. The stock can go down and I can still collect my 1%. What do we buy right now? Matt, how are you today? You're relatively new here. not quite sure how to respond to that one because everybody's different. I have no idea what it is you're looking for. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Yeah, the stock market went down Thursday, Friday, and today. Okay, big deal. I still made my 1% for the week. Okay, how did I do that? Well, I sold covered calls against the positions that I already had. I didn't buy anything new yet. I'm looking at Tyson. Lee, what is the ticker symbol for what Tyson? Right? So the positions I have, like I said, I've already made my 1% for the week, and I still have plenty of money to invest. Okay, not in this account though. This account's high and dry. But this one over here, I still got plenty to invest, and this account over here, I still got plenty to invest. So even though the market is down, I still made my 1% in those other accounts. All right, so TSN is Tyson. Well, let's take a look at Tyson and see what Tyson looks like. TSN. Okay, so Tyson's going to be a no for a couple of reasons, for me anyway. Now, the reason why it's going to be a no, first of all, it's a monthly optionable stock, which means I can only do it 12 times a year. I don't like 12 times a year. I would prefer 52. That's why I like weekly optionable stocks. All right, so second reason, it's at the high of the year, okay? I'm not looking for an adventure on trying to find out where the new high is going to be. You know, I like when she's at a high and then she drops, turns around and starts going back up again. Because that's all stocks do. They go up, they come down. They go up, they come down. They go up, they come down. Well, what I want to do is, if I like Tyson, is Tyson even in the category which we're looking for? I mean, how often have they increased their dividends? So let's see if we can find it. TSN. TSN. Okay, Tyson's Food. Here we are. Yield is only 3.2%. See that? The dividend is 196. Okay, the yield is 3.2%. That's for the year. I'm going to say yuck. Yuck to that. How are they on their dividends? For that, we look at the historical data. Okay, we look at the high, the low, the volume, but I want to look at just the dividends. Okay, so let's go back, see how far back does it go. Tyson is a monopoly because stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down. Yeah, that's funny, Sheila. All right, so let's take a look. Tyson goes back all the way to 1992, but in the first 10, 20 years, they didn't really, 30 years, 40 years. Yeah, the first 40 years, the dividend wasn't that great. It wasn't until 2015 did they get, 2015 they get into double digits. All right, so they're giving out a 10-cent dividend in 2015. It goes to 23 to 30 to 38 to 42, 45, 46, 48, 49, which is where we're at now. Andrea, good evening. And earnings coming out. Thoughts on K-Web? Never heard of K-Web. Was pretty annoyed with platform being down this morning. Was not able to average down. Oh, glance, man. Sorry, dude. My trades all went through. Jen, you're over there on Instagram. What you doing over there on Instagram, Jen? BTI. Do you trade Forex? No, Brian, I do not. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm not 100% happy with the dividends on Tyson, but you know it is what it is. You know, number one, it's at a high of the year. Number two, it has monthly options, not weeklies. K-Web, wow, Bill Kardashian, haven't seen you in a while. K-Web, you say, huh? I'm probably thinking that's going to be a no. Crane shares China interest ETF, 26 bucks. Okay. K-Web. Let's see how wonderful they are with their dividends. You've got to be kidding. Are you serious? Okay, nothing this year. Oh, they only pay once a year in December. 10, 29, 12, 6, 41, 34, 128, 4, 22, 28. Yeah, I'm going to say no to this one. Who came up with this one? Did you even think to check the numbers? I mean, look at the dividends. 12 cents in 2015, 6 cents, 41, 34, 28, 4, 22, 258, 42, 4. Yeah, I'm saying hell no to that one. EL, line? What the heck is line? Yeah, the numbers are like that. So why would we be looking at it? Alright, I'm going to say no to K-Web. Sorry. BTI. What the heck is BTI? BTI. Now, usually, when I say, what the heck is that, it's usually something that's going to turn out to be a no, because it's a monthly optionable stock, and it's too close to the high. I think it has a high chance. Alright. BK, you can, all you want. Alrighty. So, BTI, no, sorry. So I'm going to have to go to my book, because you guys aren't coming up with very much anything. Let's take a look at some. I got killed today. Bama. What do you want to take a look at? Give me something good. Alright, I have AEO. AEO. Coles, huh? Let me go back for 1 second. Ford. Bill Kardashian wants to take a look at Ford. Now, just to let you know, I do have some Ford. Okay. One, we'll take a look at. I don't even want to bother with spiders. Okay, spiders, no. Sorry. So look. Let's take a look at Ford. A year ago, we're at $12.94. The bottom, the previous bottom of the year was $9.68. Okay, that was back in end of October of last year. Okay, topped off this year at 14. What was that? $14.85, and that was on the 18th of July. That was just a couple of weeks ago. Got nailed last 2 days. Oh, let's go spider. Yeah. All right. So the 18th was the high of the 30-day period, last 30 days. Today is the new bottom of the 30-day period, bottom of the 90-day period, and bottom for the year. Toyota has me crying bad. Sorry there, Flipper. I am through Toyota. Alright, so Ford, okay, has a new bottom right here. Okay, and today it closed at 971. So 971, the closest strike price, is either going to be the 950, which is only 28 cents. So you're losing 33 off the top, so that's not going to do it. So you're looking at the 10s. And the 10s are only paying 8 cents a share. So it's not really worth, you're not going to get your 1% here. You have to really like Ford in order to do this trade. Because this trade, you're buying at 988, you're selling the 10s, you're bringing in 8 cents. That's only 0.8. That's not 1% for the week. But that's totally up to you. And it's at a new low for the year. Now, what does Ford usually do this time of year? Now, this time of year, take a look at the seasonality chart. Okay? Far left, January 1st. Far right, December 31st. The blue line represents the movement for this year. So this little blue dot is right where we are right now. The red line represents the movement for the last 10 years on average. So that's the average movement over the last 10 years. That's what it does on average. So what is it going to do, hypothetically, the first 2 weeks of August? That's what I want to see right up there. So I'll bring my crosshairs there, go to the right. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, okay, hypothetically speaking, we should expect this thing to go sideways for a little bit and then start coming down. That's what historically she's done. Alright, let's go back to where we belong. Julie, look at Ford. Kohl's. Did we already look at Kohl's? Let's take a look at Kohl's. I like Kohl's. I actually own some Kohl's. Alright, I got 4,800 shares of Kohl's in this one account. Okay, first thing I always want to see is the chart. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it today? How does it look? Okay, interesting. Okay, it's not a high and it's not at a low. It's somewhere in between, and that makes me want to go further. Next thing I want to do, take a look at the numbers. If I'm buying it at 21, see that number right there? The bid, the ask, the high, the low, the close. Okay, those are all the numbers way up here that have to do with the stock. All the numbers down here have to do with the stock options. There's a difference between stocks and stocks options. Okay, now the last 30 days for Kohl's, that gives me an idea of where do I think it's going to go in the next couple of weeks, which is all I'm concerned of, because I want to jump in on a Monday or a Tuesday and get out on Friday. Today happens to be Monday. All right, Kohl's 22.50 30 days ago, shoots up to hit 23 for the high, drops down, retraces, and comes to a new 30-day bottom right here at 18.50. Now ask yourself, do I like Kohl's at 18.50? Well, 19.50. Sorry, 19.50. So the numbers don't look that bad for Kohl's if you like Kohl's at this price. Flipper, I am worried about getting assigned 4 puts that are DMI, deep in the money. Okay, do they wait? Do they wait until there is no eccentric value? Well, the funny thing with options, you can get assigned anytime the seller wants you to buy. So they can assign you those stocks and the puts anytime they want. Okay, if the stock reaches a certain price, okay, so if you sell it at 5 or you sell it at 10 and the stock drops to 5, the person who sold it to you or who paid you for it can say, hey, I want to exercise my option and force you to buy it at the price that you signed the contract for. So, see, the U.S. options, they can be exercised any time, but European options, they can only be exercised on the day of expiration. So it's a little bit strange. One, I don't do spiders. Flipper, hello. Costco. Why does somebody want to look at Costco? Don't they know it's way overpriced? Costco, C-O-S-T. C-O-S-T. Try that again. C-O-S-T. Yeah, $801. I'm going to say no. Thoughts? Okay, AI and cloud. Yeah, no and no. Yeah, thoughts on AI? I don't trust machines as far as I can throw them. Okay? Now, AI more than likely has not been around for 20 years. So, and then cloud, C-L-O-U-D. Can't find that one. BTI. What? BTI. What the heck is BTI? Yeah, sorry. BTI is a no. It's a monthly. So I don't know who came up with that one. Someone got nailed in the last 2 days. Sheila, stocks increased a little after hours. Maybe they are done with the dip. Sheila, don't honestly know. Galans, BA is kind of interesting. Well, let's take a look at BA. Is that Boeing? Yep, there's that big dip. 167. The 167s, well, there's more than plenty of money in that premium. Take a look at the charts. The high, 266.62 in end of December. The bottom, the end of April, 160. A year ago, 236, and today, 167. Interesting. Last 90 days. Interesting movement. Check it out. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Where do you think it's going next? Come on. It's really not that difficult. As soon as we figure out where this bottom is. So it wasn't today. Could it be tomorrow or the next day? Well, yeah, of course it's going to be. Okay, so it's going to be one of those days. All right? Maybe next week. Maybe the week after. We don't know. But eventually, there's going to be a bottom somewhere. So how far are we going down until we want to jump in? That's the question you need to ask. Do you like Boeing, and do you like Boeing at this price? Me personally, I'd like to find the bottom, and then I like 2 days to the upside. So I want it to turn around, 2 days to the upside. The earliest I'd be getting into this thing would probably be Thursday or Friday, because I need 2 days to the upside. Today was the bottom day, so today's going to be a no. The last 30 days look kind of like this. Sideways, got your 30-day high way up here at 197, and then she drops down to 162. That's a big-ass drop. So usually when you have big-ass drops like this, there's either something going on or there's the minor correction. What about Wells Fargo? Curly, we're going to take a look at Wells Fargo in a little bit. Andrea. Okay, you're talking about Ford losing $100,000 in an electric car. No way. Well, you know what? They lost an awful lot of money with the Edsel. I don't know if you remember that story. I'm working for Boeing's competitor. I'm big into Walmart. What do you think? We'll take a look at Walmart a little bit later. Let me write down. Walmart's already written down from yesterday. What were we talking about? Oh, the electric cars. The interesting thing about Ford, okay, they did this once before, and you would think they would have learned their lesson. Okay, back in I think it was the 50s, they decided they wanted to create the best car the world has ever seen. So they took all the scientific data. Okay, so all the data said that the public is going to absolutely love this car. So you take all the data, okay, great, wonderful. Everything points to it can be great. Come up with the Edsel, it was one of the biggest flops Ford came up with. Okay, so what do they do again? Well, they're doing the electric cars, and they're pushing the electric cars. Push, push, push. What didn't they do? Well, what they didn't do was the biggest mistake they could have done. What almost any company could have done. Not ask the consumer what they want to buy. You don't give us a product and say, hey, this is all we're making, deal with it. No, give us the choice. You give us a choice, most of the time we're going to take a gas-powered vehicle because they just do what the electric can't do or hasn't gotten to yet. So yeah, I see how Ford's losing money on that. Goliath got killed on Merck today. Well, let's take a look at Merck. MRK. Okay, took a big drop. Alrighty. It's 114 at the moment. The 114 is looking for 70 cents. Ugh, yuck. Even 2 weeks, the 114s are going for 153. Okay. I don't know. Doesn't look good. A year ago, we're sitting at 105. Drops down to 99.22. That was in October. Topped out at 134.50 on the middle of June. Okay, from there, she just tumbles a little bit, goes sideways, and finds its bottom, double bottom, looks like Thursday and today. Okay, check it out. Thursday and today, right around 11:29. 1:11:29. 1:11:29. Thursday and today. Okay, Mark could have had a second day up today. That would have been nice. But nope, she pulled back, which basically means she's not done dropping. It is what it is. Rosario, what do I buy right now? I think they have had some issue with earnings. Yeah. Well, I think the Ford issue is they didn't go to the public and ask the public what they want. You see that new Mustang? It's someone should be ashamed putting the little pony on that turd. Anyway, it is what it is. What site are you using? Okay, this is Thinkorswim. You can download Thinkorswim right onto your home computer, your laptop. I would prefer, me personally, the downloadable version as opposed to the online version. The online version is missing a few of the perks. That's why you wait 2 days the upside, not one. Absolutely, Gallant. And hymns, but not. No, you've done no dividend. Okay, whatever. Right. Okay, Phil Griffin, Flyer. What the heck is that? FLYR? Oh, FLTR. What the heck is FLTR? FLTR. Foot Locker. No, not FLTR. Yeah, FLTR. Sorry, dude. I think that's wrong. FLTR is coming up with this thing. That's weird. What are your thoughts on Energy Transfer? Energy Transfer. Okay, Energy Transfer. Here we go. Whoops. Energy Transfer. Alrighty. Now, Energy Transfer, it's not a bad company at all, but take a look at what happened the past couple of days. There's a nice steady growth all year long. The last 30 days is going to give me an idea of where she's going next. Okay? She's going sideways. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So once she finds the bottom here, turns around and goes back up. Yeah, maybe. What does the numbers look like? 1550? Well, the 1550 is going for a penny. What kind of a deal is that? Can't really go by these numbers. Now that's interesting. Take a look at the last price. The last price is 1543. 1543 is the last price. Well, the bid is 1546 and the ask is 1551. Both the bid and the ask are higher than the last price. And usually that's a little clue that the market maker is going to push it up tomorrow. Usually. Not guaranteed, but usually. Now, ET, what does it normally do this time of year? Well, you really can't mistake that too much now, can you? This is where we are right now. Remember the seasonality chart? As far over is January 1st, and back here is December 31st. Well, now we zoomed in. Okay, 8.5, 8.9 is by Friday, hypothetically to the upside. And by next Friday, up again. Okay, that's a good sign. But what is the chart telling me? The chart's telling me this thing is getting ready, because historically speaking, she hit a bottom here, she turned around and went back up again. Well, that looks good. So they get the dividend coming up. The payment, if you can find it, because right here it's not really giving me a good number. Okay, 1 cent to 30 cents, that's a big spread. It's usually not that big. Okay, so if she opens up first thing in the morning, these numbers are going to change, so you got to check these numbers before you buy. So if you're going to be buying at that price, selling at this price, well, what are you walking away with? That's the big question. And do you like Energy Transfer at this price? Ginger Burton, please upload this morning video to Patreon. Oh, it's already open. It did open, didn't I? I could have sworn it did. Yeah, I already did. Oh, it says something went wrong. Oh. Something went wrong uploading it. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, you guys don't want to see all that crap. Alright, I'll upload it again. DMAS, Macy's. Ooh, Macy's is my favorite. And I actually do own some Macy's. Alright, so Macy's made a new 30-day bottom. Alrighty. Okay, Flipper. Those pits were on COP that we had so much confidence in. Okay, not quite sure what you mean by that, but okay. So Macy's, today, the last 30 days of Macy's. 30 days ago was the 30-day high. Had a little bit of a gap down on the 15th. Sideways for a bit. And then we had a triple down session, today, Friday, and Thursday. Alright, great. So where are we now? Okay, we opened up at 1490. And then we closed at 1518. Wait a second. If she opens at 1590 and closes at 1518, wouldn't that be an up day, not a down day? Think about it. If she opens up down here and closes up here, that should be green. Because usually, on a red day, the opening is the high of the day, and the close is the low. But this is the other way around. The bottom horizontal line is the opening of the day, and the top horizontal line is the close of the day. That's not right. How often does that happen? Opened at 1642, closed at 1590. Yeah, that's correct. But this one here opened at 1490. Oh, okay. No, and closes at 1518. That's weird. Alright, anyway. So, that being said, the 1546 to 1550s are going for between 27 and 31. Well, 31 is 2%. Alright? And take a look at the numbers. This is incorrect. If you look at the high of the day, and then you look at the low of the day, and the opening of the day, and the close of the day, that should be green. And granted, it's lower than it was on Friday. Yeah. Again. Well, that's interesting because now the numbers are different. Okay, open up at 1710 and close at 1611. That's right. This one says it opened up at 1660 and closed at 1498. Okay, well, let's change it again. That's better. Wow, that's weird. Okay, so today was an update for Macy's. Cool beans. So that being said, I'd like to look at it tomorrow to see if I should jump in and get some more, because I already have some. All right. Flip, you want to take a look at COP, huh? COP. Is that ConocoPhillips? ConocoPhillips. Ooh, a new 30-day bottom. That a year ago today, 113. Okay, the bottom today at 101.91. And the top of the year, 134.97. Okay, cool. So, the 105s, 50s, are going for 173, and the 106s are going for 126. Both of them well over 1%. Well, see, the nice thing about the strategy is if you get a good company, ask yourself, do you like ConocoPhillips? Okay, how long have they been around? How consistent are they with their increase in dividends? Okay, they have weekly options, and they have how many years of interest, dividends do they have? I don't know. All right, so a year ago, 113. Yeah, we already did that. 90 days, last 30 days. Okay, what is that telling you? Okay, 30 days ago, 114 drops down to 111, shoots on up to 118, and then she drops all the way down to where we are now at 104. Okay, today is an up day. Okay, the opening is lower than the close for the day. Yeah, opened up at 104, and it closed at 104.57. Well, that's weird, because it depends on which chart you're looking at. All right. That being said, I like this one. Okay, I would like a second day to the upside. Okay, that's one day to the upside, because she gapped down and then she went and closed higher than she opened up at. So tomorrow, if she opens up again, well, that's 2 days to the upside. So do we jump in tomorrow, or do we jump in on Wednesday? It's an interesting question. What are the numbers looking like? Well, the 105s are giving over 1%. The 106s are also giving over 1%. So here's the question. We go way down here, which you can see is the 30-day bottom. Okay, if she opens up higher tomorrow, okay, that's 1 day to the upside. How confident are you that this is actually the bottom, and you're okay with owning ConocoPhillips at this price? Because remember, rule number one: never buy something unless you're okay with holding it for the long term. Okay, so do you like ConocoPhillips, and do you like it at 105? Okay, Mark Sherman, W. I have no idea what W means. What does W mean? Is there a company that's just plain W? Wayfair, yeah, I seriously doubt they've got 20 years of increased dividends. But you know what? Let's take a gander at it. W. No current dividends at this moment. Someone, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. How are you doing today? All right, that being said, let's move on to the next one. So, yeah. GD wants to take a look at American Airlines. Now, I'm not 100% sure how often they pay their dividends, but they do have name recognition, and that's something to be said. Wow. American Airlines, Delta Airlines, and Southwest Airlines. What do you think? Do you think he likes the travel industry? Okay, well, it's down, looking for a new bottom. The 950s are going for 17. Nice. Just a shy of 2% for 4 days. Cool. The last 30 days. Yeah, this is not looking that good. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down, yeah, down. Yeah, but she's in the, even though she's at the bottom, okay, she's still in the downward trend. Okay, she's at the 30-day bottom. Yeah, there's a possibility she could turn around tomorrow morning. But we're still like, I still like 2 days to the upside, not 1, 2. Okay, so the earliest I would get into this one, okay, if she was up on Tuesday, well, great. Well, then she needs to be up on Wednesday before I jump in. But that's me. You guys out here, you guys got to figure out what you want and what's best for you. Now, you know what I did forget today? I did forget to do my, what do you call those thingies? My disclaimers. Yes, I forgot to do my disclaimers. So just to let you guys know a couple of facts that you should know. Number one, I have no license whatsoever to do anything other than drive a car. What's your take on Target? Let me write Target down. TGT. And I'll take a gander at Target in a little bit. All right. So back to the disclaimers. Yeah. Yep. No professional license to do anything other than drive a car or a motorcycle. That's it. Not a financial planner. I'm not a tax planner. I'm not a business guru. Basically nothing. Nobody. You're just a guy who got fed up with what I was being fed. Get fed up with what I was being fed. And figured out a way that actually works nicely and simply. Okay, and it was very effective. Okay, It was created for my 9-year-old daughter, and she was making about 5% per month. Now, 5% per month is over 60% per year. That's not bad well, she was making 5% and when she was 13. Shut this page. Shut down this page. Well, why would you want to do that? I'm just kind of curious. Oh, who said that? No dividends. Well, someone's unhappy with me. Huh. Imagine that. Andrea wants to look at golf. Golf. Oh, American Airlines. Okay, so yeah, you have to ask yourself, do I like American Airlines at this price? All right, so Andrea wants to take a look at golf. Golf. Never heard of it. Auctionet Holdings. Yeah. Sorry, kiddo. Golf is going to be a no. Would you buy Toyota right now? Can I sell covered calls on stocks and I have held for many years? Yes, you can. I make money on Delta. Okay. Favorite investor? I don't have a favorite investor. Sheila, we'll take a look at Disney also. So user 6134 blah 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 whatever. Yeah. All you have to do is own 100 shares. You have 100 share stocks, you can sell a covered call against it. AAS, Kamala effect. I have no idea what that means. I lost everything. Oh no. Thanks, Kamala. Gallant. It is green. Would you buy a Toyota right now? It's a green candle. Yeah, you know what's interesting about that? When you say it's a green candle, depends on which chart you're looking at. Which one were we looking at? Were we looking at Macy's? Is that the one we had in mind? Okay. This is just one chart. Take a look at the different charts. Okay, this chart is just the candlesticks. Okay, this is a bar chart. Okay, a bar chart even has it as a red day today. Okay? The bar chart. The horizontal line on the left is the opening price. The horizontal line on the right is the closing price. Hypothetically speaking, it should be green. Right? Anytime the opening is lower than the closing, that's an up day. It should be green. But look, okay, that one's incorrect right there. It should be green. Okay, so anyway, that's the bar chart. Okay, now here's a candle chart. Right, the candle chart has it as green today. Right, see it? Now we're going to take a look at a different chart. Whoops. Candle trend. See? Candle trend has it as a red. As a red day. Okay. Next. Heiken Ashi also has it as a red. Line chart, green, red, has it as a red. So that's interesting area. Okay, that was just confusing. What was that? Equivolume. What does that mean? Equivolume. I have no idea what that means, equivolume. Alright, anyway, I'm going back to the normal bar chart. Okay? So let's take a look at more of these questions here. Go on back. The background makes it look red, but it's green. Okay. It's supposed to be green. Mine are green. Can you explain a little more in depth how you buy after 2 days? Well, that's a silly question. All right, let's take a look at Macy's. All right, now See Macy's right here? See where the bottom is right here? 1602. Okay, this is one up day. That's another up day. So on the second up day, that's when I buy. I'm not sure how to explain how I buy it on the second up day, other than by just buying it on the second up day. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. Okay. Where do paper trade? All right. US3 ma'am. Is that right? Wait. Oh, user ma'am 656. Where to paper trade? Now, you can go to Google and do a search. Where can I do virtual trading, or where can I do paper trading online? Okay, I use Thinkorswim. Now, I've been trading for over 20 years, and I still have a paper trading account. Rocco, I'm on the phone. My broadcast.
What's the site for the applying for the? I can't find it in my phone.
I'll call you after I'm done.
No, we're putting Never to bed in like 10 minutes. Michi's right here. We're gonna try to knock it out right now.
I'll send you a text in 2 seconds.
Please, thanks.
Now, I don't usually interrupt for anyone in particular, and I forget exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So, if I can figure this out. We're at 10 o'clock. That wouldn't work. Damn it. Alright, anyway, let's go to the next one. So yeah, you can paper trade almost anywhere. I like Thinkorswim. How much your payment for a year? Not quite sure what we're talking about. At least your Instagram's still on. Yep, that's true, Brandon. Macy's is down 75%, nearly 5%. Yeah, Mike, I got that. Okay, Macy's is going to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down until it finds it at the bottom. Okay, remember they're closing a bunch of stores, so there's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of turmoil going around lately. All right. That being said, can you explain Yahoo Finance briefly? What do you look for on it? Oh, $1 billion. Julie wants to look at Paramount. I'm not trying to catch you off guard. Is Andrew Tate Real World platform legit? Drew, I honestly couldn't tell you. To be 100% honest with you, I honestly can't tell you. I get an email from Tate every day. It's not a personal email, but it is, what do you call it, computer generated. I guess he sends it to everyone. I don't know. So I honestly couldn't tell you about that one. No, I have been following him for a while. Can you explain briefly how, okay, Yahoo Finance is basically a repository for financial information. What are you looking for? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Okay, what can you find on here? Well, you can put in, I'll go backwards. You can find almost any information on any stock, commodity, or cryptocurrency. You just put what you're looking for up over here. So right at this moment in time, we're looking at W, which is Wayfair. What does it give us? Well, we can look at the summary, the news, charts, community, statistics, historical data, profiles, financials, analysis, options, holders, sustainability. There's a lot of information you can find out about any company. Remember, this is your money you're talking about. So if you're investing your money, you should be able to do as much research into a company as possible before you say, hey, take my money and use it wisely. Okay, because that's basically what they're going to be doing. All right, this is why I like 20 years of increased dividends. I know the company's been around at least 20 years, and they're profitable to a point where they share more and more profits with the shareholders. That's what I'm looking for. But Yahoo Finance is basically where you find information on your financial transactions, on stuff that you want to buy. Hopefully that answered that question. Only Delta and United, Andrea. Okay, United Airlines, American Airlines has no dividends. All right. So Delta, DAL, big drop today on Delta. A year ago, 45.11. Bottom of the year, the end of October, at 30.45. Topped it off at 50.86. That was mid-May. Mid-May. All right, so from the top, 53.86. The last couple of months, she drops all the way down to 38 bucks. So what's going on at 38 bucks? Well, she keeps dropping. Okay, and here we are. Last 30 days, what is that going to tell us? Well, she gaps down, pulls back up, back down, back up, back down. Now, we gap down on Friday and we gap down again on Monday. So what does that mean? Well, it's an update today, right? But that doesn't really make us feel any better. What's tomorrow going to look like? Is this the 30-day bottom, or is this a stepping stone to further down? Don't know. We'll find out tomorrow morning. All right. United. What is United? UAL. Okay, another drop. This thing almost looks the exact same as the last chart we just looked at. A year ago, 53.30. Bottomed out in October, 33.90. Topped out 56 on mid-May. Same thing. Basically the exact same chart. Then we're going to the 5th. Look, looks almost the exact same. Okay, American Airlines and United Airlines both look the exact same. Both looking for a new 30-day bottom. Both did a gap down on Friday and a gap down today. And we're fishing around for a new 30-day bottom. That's both. Okay, we might as well look at Southwest Airlines. Now, that looks the exact same as American Airlines, United Airlines. 30 days ago, here's your high in the middle of July. Okay, drops down to the new gap down on Friday, gap down again today. That was a question on YouTube. I just saw it flash. Which stock screener would you recommend? Stock screener? I don't really do it that way. Alright, so that's all the airlines. Alright, Andre made money on Delta. Cool beans. Okay, you're invested on Hamlin. Sheila, you want to look at Disney, huh? Now, Disney, I remember we were looking for the bottom on Disney. Okay, 88.33. 89 is going for $3. Cool beans. All right, a year ago, 86.81. We bottomed out in September and October at 79.40. The top looks like a triple top in March, towards the end of March. Okay, from there she keeps dropping. Last 30 days. Oh, it almost looks the same as those other stocks we were just looking at. The airline stocks, look, gap down on Friday, gap down today. Today's a little bit on the upside. It's a 30-day bottom. 3 weeks ago, it was a 30-day top. Are the list you recommend sufficient enough to find all stocks we need? Well, hypothetically speaking, it really depends on what it is you're looking for. I like stocks that have 20 years or more of increased dividends. That's the list that I use. Okay, you can always change your list to 15 stocks. 15 years of increased dividends. And then your list might jump up to 400 or 500. I like 20 years. Okay, Drew, quick question. You have comments about Andrew Tate, the Real World Trading Platform? Nope. I just have a question about Andrew Tate and the Real World Platform. What broker is that? That's Thinkorswim, which is with Charles Schwab. Hey, NGA, how do I start trading? Thanks, Coach. You got it, Larry. What broker do you use? I use Thinkorswim, which is through Charles Schwab. Alright? Okay, user 1172, answer my question. I don't know what question he was asking. Oh. Hey, old NGA. How do I start trading? Well, you just open up a trading account, you fund it, and then you start trading. It's really actually that simple. If you like something, you go buy it, and if you don't, and if you want to sell something, well, then you sell it. Okay, buying and selling stocks really not that difficult. Okay, if I want to put whatever stock I want to put in, I put it up here. You know, up into the little bar right there. It says enter stock symbol here. Enter stock symbol. That's what it said. Enter stock symbol here. Great. Do I like it at 88.33? If I do, I click on the little button, and it says buy, and the order fills right here, and then I say confirm and send, and it sends it to the broker, and the broker sends it to me. It's actually that simple, but you do have to you know, open up an account wherever you feel like opening your account. There's so many places you can. Alright. It's a volume chart. TOS, I think. Charles Schwab. Macy's has a new CTO. Okay. Bird Dog. Is that Thinkorswim? Yep. Paper Trade is in Webull 2. What the? Oh, as in Webull. Webull. I don't know if Webull allows that. I'm not sure. I don't know very much about Webull. Bird Dog, yes, he's on Thinkorswim. ALB is another one to watch for the 2-day at the upside. Did the live pause? Yeah, it did, just for a second. ALB. Well, let's take a look at Albemarle. ALB. Now, ALB, just to be 100% clear with you guys, I did lose money on ALB. Did you sell shares on Macy's? Are you still holding on to it? I still have that. Why is that? Why do I have Macy's? I'm not quite sure that is the question. Webull's a trader app. Alright, anyway. ALB, Albemarle. Okay, first thing I want to see. The high, the low, what was it, what is it, what direction is it going? Okay, it looks like it's going to the downside. This is what we want to look at today. A new bottom. This is the bottom for the year. Okay, Drew, I'm not trying to catch you off guard. Is Andrew Tate's real world platform legit? I honestly don't know, Drew. Paramount. Okay, Julie, we'll take a look at Paramount in a little bit. ALB. Okay, a year ago was the high, 202.83. It bottomed out today. Today is the bottom of the year. So if you're going to make money in the stock market, we all know buy low, sell high. Well, it's at the bottom of the year. But before you jump in, you got to make sure this is the bottom, because what could happen? Well, tomorrow or the next day, she could drop even more. But as of this moment, it's never been this low all year long. So as soon as she turns around and goes to the upside, well, I like Albemarle. I want to make sure the numbers work. Well, at this moment in time, it's $85, and the 85 is going for 158. Okay, that's just a little bit short of 2% for the week. Like, Parker, I don't do spiders. Sorry. So as I'm saying with Albemarle, okay, I like Albemarle, I do. And I bought Albemarle this year. It was the only one I actually lost money on it, but I'd still buy it again if the numbers are right. Well, right now the numbers are right over here. Okay, now this is the option chain. Okay, up here, up higher, is the stock information. You know, the high, the low, the open, close, volume, all that kind of nice neat stuff about the stock. So we're talking about two separate trades, a stock trade and a stock option trade. So we buy the stock first, and then we sell the option against it to give you the rights, not the privileges, to buy it at a certain price by a certain date. It's really actually very simple, created for a 9-year-old, and it's been very effective for me for the past 15 years. Anyway, that's Albemarle. The last 30 days shows us, what does it show us? Take a look. Okay, it looks basically the exact same as the the airline stocks. 30 days goes to high, went sideways a bit, gaps down on Friday, gaps down again today. That's weird. Drew, you're welcome. Bird Dog. Do you pay for live news source like TradingView? Bird Dog, I honestly, when I say it's created for a 9-year-old and it has to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way to lose. Okay, that's the 5 rules. Wait a minute. That's the 5 criteria. The 5 rules: never buy something you don't want to hold long term, never sell at a loss, make sure the company has increased consistent dividends. I personally like 20 years or more. Weekly options, and then make sure the numbers work. That's all I care about. How consistent are these companies with increasing their dividends? What does that mean? Well, basically, simply put, avoiding all the fluff and avoiding all the crap. If they continuously increase their dividends, that means they must be continuously profitable. Okay, every single year, like this year they're paying here, next year they're paying there, next year they're paying there, every year, not every once in a while. Okay, when you're investing your money, do your research. See how long the company has consistently been profitable. How you figure that out is there are 2 options. Okay, a company that was going to pay a dividend, or the company's going to take the profits and put them back into the company. Okay, so you have capital growth. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the wrong place. Seriously, this is strictly cash flow. I look for companies that pay a dividend, specifically an increased dividend every single year. Right? Why not sell puts using the same strategy? Well, funds, that's what they call the wheel strategy, where you sell the cash secured puts first. Okay, yeah, I don't do that here only because when I started teaching this strategy, I wanted to keep it the exact same from the beginning to the end. So it has to be simple. Once you introduce puts and the responsibilities that come along with the puts, okay, then it gets to be a little bit more confusing. So when I say it needs to be simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, okay, once you throw in the puts, it's no longer simple. So I don't teach the puts here. It's a buy a good quality stock at the right time, sell a covered call against it to get you a 1% per week, and that comes to over 50% per year. I want to make it safe, simple, predictable, so that you can do it in less than 10 minutes a day. That's why it was originally called the 10-minute trader. How do you calculate the 2%? Right, user 5688. Okay, how do I calculate the 2%? All right. First of all, we'll whip out our calculator right there, clear it out, and then I'm going to explain to you again. If you need more clarification, go over to YouTube and look under a search heading is covered calls made easy, or how to do covered calls, or how to buy right stocks. You're buying a stock, selling the option. It's called a covered call. There's lots of videos out there explaining how it works. Simply put, check that out, whatever that is. Simply put, you are buying a stock at a certain price at a certain time. Okay, so the chart is going to tell us when the right time to buy, because I don't want to buy it at a high, and I don't want to buy it while it's falling. Okay, because it doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense to buy at a high and wait for it to go someplace it's never been before. Is it possible? Yes. But you can only have one high of the year, and you can only have one bottom of the year. So if you're looking for a new high, your chances are 1 in 222, I believe, 260. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, let's get back to the numbers. So if I'm buying the stock tomorrow morning, here's the price I'm going to be paying. Now, it's important to understand the numbers. Well, the first number I'm looking at over here, 83.52, that is the last trade that was made today. The bid is, if I own the stock, this is the price I can sell it for. If I don't own the stock and I want to buy it, the ask is the price that I can pay for it. Okay, so the last price, 83.52, the bid, 83.81, the ask, 85. Okay, if we go a little bit further, you have volume. 5.285 million shares were traded today. The opening was $80.30. The high was 85.44. The low was 79.90. And she closed at 83.52. Those are the numbers for the stock. Okay? If I'm buying the stock, 85 bucks. Great. Now, if I'm going to sell it to someone else for the exact same price I just paid for it, well, that is 85. Then we come down to the option chain. Now, you got to pick the right one. What I'm looking at today, 9 August 24, expires this Friday. So at this Friday, though these options that have value to them now, on Friday they won't. Most of them expire worthless. So if I'm buying at 85, I'm going to sell my rights through a covered call at 85, and I'm going to collect $1.58 per share. So let's get out my calculator. $1.58 per share, and what am I paying for the stock? Well, I'm paying $85 even. Now I said it was almost 2%. It's actually 1.85%. Well, that's not that bad for 1 week. So what does the stock have to do? Well, the stock at this moment in time is at 85. Does it have to go up? Nope. What if it stayed exactly where it was and didn't move at all? Well, I'd still make my money. And come Saturday, okay, those will be taken away from me, and Monday I'll be back into all cash again. Well, that's what I'm looking for. All right, that's at 85. Now, and 1.85 is not bad for the week, and the stock doesn't have to do anything. All right, so if she goes up, I make my money. If it stays the exact same, I make my money. Even if the stock goes down below 85, let's say on Friday it's at 84.95. Well, I still get to keep the what do you call it? The 158 per share. That goes to my account right away. So when I buy my stocks on Monday or Tuesday, okay, I sell the covered call. The premium actually goes into my account that day. So I have a credit card and a debit card attached to my trading account so that I can actually pay my bills. So anytime I need any money, I just transfer, sell something. But I usually pay all my bills like on a Monday after I figure out how much I made for the week. But that's me. So that's how I do the calculations. Hope that helped you out. Don't want a small premium to be in the way of a larger upward move. Secretariat, you've been here long enough to know how I play the game. But you can play it any way you want. Give you a little barb and TOS pleasure. This man's buying stocks backwards. Cool beans. What do you think about all brokers being down today? Interesting. I'm not quite sure. Mr. Wealth. I have no idea who Mr. Wealth is. But let's send him a quick message because I'm kind of curious. Reply. Cool beans. So I'm going to reply to him specifically. Explain to me, please, why it is you think I'm doing it backwards. I'm curious. Here we go. Alright, so I missed some questions. How do I calculate 2% today? Why not sell puts first? Okay, I already explained. Falling because the wheel strategy, blah, blah, blah. Don't Secretary. My comment was not selling calls currently, was for my pair position. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Hey, it's me, Mom. My Schwab account was down all day today. Sorry, kiddo. Life of a Nigerian immigrant showed up again. Well, thank you there, sir. Shared life with friends. Cool, cool. Hey, y'all, it's me, Mom. Token meme. What can you expect to make? How much money? Definitely sounds like someone interested in something I'm not doing. Now, token meme? Token meme. What do you expect? Hey, I'm looking to get a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, It may sound slow and boring to you, and it kind of is. I'm not quite sure why people are interested in a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I know it comes over to 50% per year, but it takes about 5 or 10 minutes a day. Sometimes it might take you 15 and 20. But when you're good at it, it takes you less than 5 or 10 minutes. But what do I know? I always tell people, don't listen to a damn word I say, do your own research. So Mr. Wealth is not actually explaining to me anything. Okay. Oops. Do you like supply and demand indicator? Nah, not really. How much do you need to do it full time? Alright, token mean, it's always going to be against what I lost so much this week playing the long game. Robert, I don't know what to tell you about that one. 1% a week isn't bad. Well, no, it's kind of boring, but you know, it is. Chevrolet, how are you today? ACDC man, do I have to subscribe to talk to you? No, you can send me your phone number and I'll give you a buzz. Look at it, applesauce. Plaza is up 4%. Say, cool. What happens when the stock goes up? And a covered call. Do you need to sell your stocks? Okay, Zidane. Hold on. How much it? What was that question? How much it 1%? I have no idea what you mean. But if you're saying how much is 1%, well, let's take you back to elementary school for a second. 1% of $100 is $1. 1% of $1,000 is $10. 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. 1% of $10,000 is 10,000. So it goes in order. Okay, so 1% is just 1%. Okay, so if you have a $100,000 account, 1% per week is $1,000 a week, or $50,000 a year. Gee, if buy a covered call, are you holding the stock even if it goes down? How long do you hold, and when do you sell? All right, G, basically rule number one. Rule number one for my daughter when she was 9, rule number one was never buy something you do not want to hold long term. So if you buy something, you can be guaranteed it's going to go down. You can also be guaranteed it's going to go up, because that's all stocks do. They go up and then they go down, and then they go up and then they go down. That's all they do. All right. So jumping in and doing a covered call, it gives you an opportunity to get cash flow before you make a decision on how long do you want to hold it. Well, if I'm buying Albemarle at $85, right? First of all, I don't mind owning Albemarle at $85, right? Second of all, if I'm buying it at 85, I'm selling my right to own it, because I own it. I can do what I want. Okay, I'm selling the rights to it for $158 per share. Now, $158 per share is just a little bit less than 2% for the week. But that's got nothing to do with my decision to buy the stock. I'm buying the stock because I like it, and they consistently increase their dividends. So if and when the stock market goes down, at least I can be reassured that this company's been paying dividends for the past 20 years and increasing every year. Well, you've seen the pandemic. You've seen 2008. You've seen all the crap that we've seen over the past 5, 10, 20 years. Well, these companies that I'm looking at have increased their dividends every single year. And there's some companies that even increase their dividends for 50 to 60 to 70 consecutive years. Kennedy was in office 70 years ago, and these companies have consistently increased every single year. All that tells me is that they're consistently profitable. Okay? And if they're consistently profitable, well, usually that means they're going to consistently make money, and they're going to increase their dividends, because a dividend is nothing more, nothing less than the shareholder. That's you and I. When we buy and sell the stocks, we become shareholders. That is our portion of the profits. It's a mathematical equation. It's already set into the business model of the company. Okay, you're profitable, you share the profits. Okay, and if you're sharing more and more and more profits every single year, Well, you must be doing something right, and you must be getting profitable every year. So, if you think about it, why would you put your money into any other company that is not consistently profitable? Now, I understand some people like capital growth. Well, Amazon is not a profitable company. They've been operating at a loss for decades, yet they're still rich. Well, there's a whole bunch of economics to go along with it, but it's besides the point. Now, you have other companies like Microsoft consistently increasing their dividends every single year. Okay? Alright. Can you use a prop firm to do what you're doing? Okay, Tok Media, Amim, I have no idea what a prop firm is. ZenD, what happens when the stock goes up in a covered call? Do you need to sell the stock? Well, ZenD, you have a couple of opportunities to make different choices. Number one, you can buy the option back if you want to keep the stock. A proprietary firm. What the hell's a proprietary firm? Why can't you just speak normal English? It's either like a limited liability separate corporation so that you can hide the profits. Depends on whether the company can be better use the cash to grow the business versus returning it to the shareholders. Yeah, Mac, I'm going to agree with you 100%. You know, but if the company consistently increases their dividends, to me that just means they're consistently profitable. Brian, if you're down 8%, you may not even get a 2% without the risk of loss. Alrighty, Mikey G. BTI, dive into the numbers. Okay. Those prop firms usually only offer futures tradings. Well, it answers your question right there. Alright. Super interested in what you do, and if you can use proprietary firm, would love to talk about it. Okay, honestly, I have no idea what a proprietary firm is, so someone will need to educate me on that one. Okay, I always tell you guys, I'm a simple person. I find it an interesting strategy. It makes sense to me. It works, so I keep doing it. Alright. What is your favorite dividend stock right now? Macy's. Exactly. Prop firm funds traders for a percentage. Cool. What brokerage do you use to trade with? Now, I'm pretty sure prop firms are probably going to have some rules. Okay, and I have no idea what the rules are. Okay, brokers. Okay, the broker that I use Charles Schwab through Thinkorswim, and I also do Robinhood. Mac, what do you think of Verizon or AT&T? Iron Mountain is a tank. All right, well, let's take a look, and we'll compare Verizon to AT&T. Yes, you have to apply to firm, pass a test, and pay fees to apply. Makes sense, but I'm sure there are other rules, like what can you do, what can you not do, when is break even, do I have to zero out at the end of the day, zero out at the end of the week, there's a lot more questions than just, apply to the firm and pass a test. Okay, so let's take a look at AT&T, and we'll compare it to Verizon. First, AT&T, first thing I'm going to see is going to be a no. Look where it is. The high of the year. Okay, had a little bit of pullback today. Fine. Right? The 19th like 20 cents, getting 1%. Okay, that's quick on AT&T. Now let's look at Verizon. Now Verizon is closer to a yes than AT&T was, because look. Okay, she goes up, she goes down, she goes up, she goes down. So right now she's at 39, the high is at 42, and the bottom's at 38.75. Okay, I like Verizon. 39.80, the 40s are going for 1%. So both AT&T and Verizon are both offering right around 1% for the return. All right, great. So you get 1% either Verizon or AT&T. But which one is higher probability? Well, that one I don't know. But both of them are a no this week, even though both of them are on my list of stocks that I like. Yeah, Bob, I figured that much. Check out Wall Street Bets, favorite ass space. Yep, okay. Do you ever exit your trades early and let them expire? Well, I very rarely end a trade early because my idea of a trade is buy on Monday, be out on Friday. How much early do you want me to end the trade? Thursday, Wednesday? Yeah, I keep an eye on it every day to see what's going on. NFT sales and now. So it all depends on the numbers. Okay, if I have an opportunity. Now, I did this once a couple of weeks ago, no, a bunch of weeks ago, where a stock jumped so much, I was able to buy the option back at a lower price and then sell the stock and get a profit. Does that happen all the time? Well, yes and no. Because you got to remember, most of the stocks are traded in New York, and most of the options are traded in Chicago. So you got one set of computers talking to another set of computers, and if you can get in there quick enough, buy the option back, take off the release, what do you call it, the lock on these stocks, and then turn around and sell it, so that everybody walks away happy and you walk away with a bigger profit. Well, that requires me to sit in front of my computer a little bit longer. And we all know I don't want to do that. Okay, I have other ways of spending my time. Okay, I'm finding this retirement thing to be rather interesting. Okay, I get to lounge around, watch TV all day, or play in the garden. It's fun. Wait till you guys get here. All right, so let's take a look at a couple more questions. Yes, you have to apply to your firm, blah, 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 NFT, Mac. So you factor in the stock is down from the highs when making a buy decision. Well, of course, Mac. Why would you want to buy it at a high? Think about it. A 30-day high is here at 42.50. Okay, your 30-day bottom is here at 38.75. Well, what's the difference between the two? That's about a little over $4. And $4 on a $40 stock is a 10% difference. So you have a 30-day bottom and a 30-day top with a 10% difference between the two. So what happens at a 30-day bottom? Well, usually it has a tendency to go up. And it goes up a certain percentage. So from 38.75, it went up to 41.75. Okay, 38, 39, 40, 41. So that's a $3 move. And then decided to take profits. Well, she's down today. How long is it going to be down? Don't know. Okay, so you have to take that into consideration. And it always comes down to the question number one. Do I like this company, and do I like this company at the current price? All right, Mac, you like my thinking? Thank you. I kind of like it myself. It works out very nicely for me. But yeah, that's the major question you have to ask is, does this make sense? Do these numbers make sense to me? Do I like this stock or that stock at this current price? What are my options? What can I do to be safe, predictable, and consistent? All right, B Angel, do you have a list available for Monday? Do you show your trades? B Angel, yes, I do show my trades. If you come up to the top left corner, we see my picture. It says Dividend Stock Talk. Yeah, if you click on that, that will bring you to my bio. In my bio, there'll be a little envelope. Click on that. You can send me an email or DM, or you will see the 10-minute trader link. Okay, the 10-minute trader link comes to my website, the10minutetrader.com. Now you can join my live trading by clicking on right there. This gives you a little bit more information about me, about what I do. Okay, it says about us. If you're looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. All my trades were at 30-day bottom with 1 day up. Should I have waited another day? What can I learn? That's a good question, but let me finish where I am at the moment. All right, right here, my current trades for 2024. See right here, current trades for 2024. Here's the link right there. View them all, and they're going to pop up here. Okay, here are all the trades for this year. Now we are currently in week number 32 for the year. Okay, week 1. Okay, account 1, account too. I share two accounts with you guys. One's all cash, one's a margin account, and you can see the difference in the rate of returns between the two. Okay? Here's all the trades: week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, blah, blah, blah. You can call me a weekly trader. I jump in on Mondays, and I like to jump out on Fridays. Ideally. Does it always happen that way? No. Does it happen often? Enough to make me a happy camper. I hope we can communicate and learn more. All right, Mr. Wang, I am here. It's not that difficult to get a hold of me. Mac. I also like to consider what percentage of cash flow is being distributed to see if it sustains. Well, that's a good one too. Now, that does make sense, okay? But here's the thing, Mac. If a company has been dishing out a dividend and increasing the dividend every single year for 20 consecutive years, okay, odds are they're going to do it again and again and again. And the easiest way to find out whether or not they do that? Well, every year they update the list. So the Dividend Kings list gets updated every single year. You're either still on the Dividend Kings list or you're not. It's actually that simple. There's no gray area there whatsoever. The Dividend Aristocrats, same thing. 25 years of increased dividends. If they do not increase their dividends this year, guess what? They get taken off the list. It is extremely simple to figure out. You have the Dividend Kings, 50 years of increased dividends. The Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of increased dividends. Dividend Champions, 25 years of increased dividends. Dividend Contenders, 10 to 24 years of increased dividends. And then I like to throw in Warren Buffett's list just for the fun of it. Because if it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. All right. Hey, Alt Meemaw, what happens if it expires? Well, Meemaw, remember, a covered call, Meemaw, a covered call has two items to it. The stock, the underlining, that's what you want to call it, and then the options, okay, the call options. That's when you do a covered call. You buy the stock, you sell the option. Two separate entities. The stocks never expire unless the company goes bankrupt. So we don't even think about that. So the stocks are one trade. They never expire. So whatever you buy the stocks for are whatever you buy the stocks for. It doesn't change. What changes is the value created by you and me. We are the buyers and the sellers. We're the ones that create this mess. We say when something's too high, we say when something's too low. If it's down here, 38.75, oh, I like Verizon at 38.75, I'm going to buy some. If it's up to 43 bucks, wait a second, it's not worth 43 bucks, I'm selling mine, I'm taking my profit. That's what we do, buyers and sellers. We buy, we sell. So, the two trades. Once you buy your stock, you own it always. The option that you sell will expire at some point in time. Bad Fish. Hope you weren't holding Intel today. I don't think I have any Intel. Hold that thought. No Intel there. No Intel there. Nope, no Intel. No Intel. I was treasurer at a company that eliminated its dividend after 25 years. So it can happen. Yep, Mac, I understand completely. But as soon as it happens, then I decide whether or not do I take it off my list. Well, let's take a look at 3M. 3M's been in business for over 100 years. They've increased their dividends for 62 years. 62 consecutive years. And then this year, they decided to cut the dividends. Well, now they're off of the Dividend Kings list. But I still trade them because it is 3M. They've been around for over 100 years. And just because the CEO decided, hey, I don't want to take a pay cut, I'd rather screw out the investors, let's do a dividend cut. Why he did it is beyond me. It's not very wise, in my humble opinion, business-wise. Take the business loss. Don't cut the dividends. Get 62 years of increased dividends. Why the hell would you do that? Bubba Jobby. Join me. Let's talk. I have no idea what you want to talk about, Bubba. So when I say anybody want to have a conversation or be invited onto my live, I require a phone number so I can have a conversation with you. Scott Sullivan, hey dude, how's it going? You know, I often remember your mother fondly. She taught me how to sew, taught me how to cook. This was back in the 70s. Scott's mother was the home ec teacher. Respected that lady. Way to go, Scott. Paula Kennedy, back again. How are you there, kiddo? All right, sorry. Alvin, sorry, James, I'm a little late. Okay. What do I think about LUMN? LUMN? What the hell do they do? LUMN. Yeah, about that. Give me a second. LUMN. I want to take a look at Yahoo Finance and see exactly how many years of increased dividends this company has. LUMN. Alright, someone asked about LUMN, so give me a second while I try to figure this one out. Alright, LUMN, Lumen Technologies. Alright, now, I was just asking, I was just on a rant a couple of minutes ago about companies paying their dividends and the consistency with their dividends. Well, this one started paying dividends in 2013. That was, what, 11 years ago? Number one, I like 20 years of increased dividends. This one's only 11 years. But look at the numbers. 11 years ago, it's paying out 54-cent dividend. Okay, great. Okay? From 2013 all the way up into 2018, not once did they increase their dividend. But guess what they did in 2019? They cut their dividend in half from 54 to 25 in 2019. So 20, 21, 22, 23. And then no dividends at all in 2023. So I'm asking myself, why the heck are we wasting our time looking at this thing? That's just my opinion. Now, I don't tell people what to buy, what not to buy. But please don't have us look at stuff that doesn't fit the parameters. I would never buy something like this. Okay, I like 20 years of increased dividends. There are plenty of companies that actually have 20 years of increased dividends. So those are the companies I want to do. All right, it's my money. When I'm investing my money, I want to make sure that it's a good quality company that's consistently profitable. Okay, why the hell would you put money into a company that's not profitable? It's your money, you can do what you want. Okay, but the question's still valid. Why would you put your money in a company that's not profitable? Why? What's the point? Joe Sullivan, can you explain why the risk is so high for DKS? What the hell is DKS? DKS. Dick's Sporting Goods. Well, let's go and see how often DKS Alright, they've been paying dividends for 11 years. They started at 13 cents. Okay. Then they went to 14, 15, 17, 23, 28, 31, 36, 44, 49, 1, 110. So they've been increasing for 11 years. Well, that's great. Okay. Ask, why is it so high? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, we just went and see if they even qualify for dividends. Well, they only have 11 years of dividends. And they do increase. Well, that's good. But let's take a look at the numbers. A year ago, we're at 146. Okay, in October, they dropped to 101. From there, they gapped up the end of May. Then in June and July, take a look. Take a look at June and July. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, where do you think it's going next? Come on, really? It's actually that simple. Can you remember seesaw from elementary school? Well, up, down, up, down, up. There's a balance everywhere. Okay? It gets too high, profit taking. Too low, accumulation. Too high, profit taking. Too low, accumulation. However you want to look at it. It goes up, it goes down. Well, now it's at the down point, going back up. All right. So why is it so high for DKS? It doesn't look high. Okay, it's only at about 200 bucks. Okay, and the $200 strike price is going for 370, which is about 1.5%. Okay, what's wrong with 1.5%? It's really not that bad. Think about it, 1.5% every week. That's over 70% for the year. Would you buy Intel now? Okay, well, let's take a look at Intel and see what we think. INTC. Okay, so here's the thing about Intel. Intel, like so many other companies this week. Okay, so this week we've seen a lot of companies. A lot of companies we're looking at. Thursday was down, Friday was down, today was down. Okay, it's 3 down days in a row. Well, there's a lot of companies like that. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. And it always comes back to question number 1. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Well, great. Do you like Intel? And do you like Intel where it is now? Well, I love Intel at this price right here. I don't own any at the moment. Okay, when it drops like this, now you got to remember one thing, and this is very important. Gaps have a tendency to fill. So what does that mean? Well, we're at a 30-day bottom. You make your money in the stock market when you buy low and sell high. Well, I don't want to buy it up here. I want to buy it down here, but I don't want to buy it here yet. Not until I have a confirmation that this is the bottom. What does that mean? Well, what's it going to do tomorrow? Is tomorrow going to be higher or lower? Well, if tomorrow is lower, well, then I'm going to want to wait and see what happens on Wednesday. If Wednesday's lower, fine. I want to wait and wait and wait until I can figure out exactly where the bottom is. And how do you figure out what that is? Well, for me specifically, it's 2 days to the upside. So if today's the bottom, that means tomorrow would have to be higher. Wednesday would have to be higher. Then I would be jumping in on Thursday because I like a 30-day bottom, especially coming off a 30-day high. Okay? She's going to drop. Eventually she's going to turn around and then go back up again. But wait, don't be in such of a hurry. Okay, the market's been around for 400 years. It ain't going anywhere. So, number 1, it's Intel. You get great name recognition. That alone is valuable. Okay, how often do they increase their dividends? What are they doing now? What's going on in the news? Why is this big drop here? Those are questions you need to ask yourself. But after you're done asking those questions, you come back to rule number 1. Do I like this company at this price, at this moment in time? That's what it comes down to. Do I like this company at this moment in time, at this price? Okay, you're going to make your money when you buy low and you sell high. Well, you're not going to get any lower than the low of the 30-day period. When is that? It could be today. It could be tomorrow. That's why we're here every single day. Looking every single day. I'm looking to make a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. And I've been doing rather well the last 15 years. Now, I'm taking you guys along for the ride because I don't like what powers that be have done to the little guy. And that's me. I'm a little guy. All right. Talk about Macy's and Kohl's. We already looked at Macy's earlier today. We already looked at Kohl's earlier today. So there's no sense going over the same ones again and again and again. And more than likely, we're going to go over them again tomorrow because I like Macy's and Kohl's. I was treasurer at a company and eliminated staff 25 years, okay? Holding 100, okay? Zendy. If the stock goes higher than the strike price, aren't you better off holding the stock long term? Okay, Zendy, you're definitely in the wrong place, dude. Because what you said in that sentence right there, you're not looking for cash flow. You're looking for capital appreciation. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right? Now, I'm assuming when you said Zendy, is that new generation or something? Because when you get to a certain point in life, okay, your thinking changes. I'm 60. I'm retired. If I wanted to go to work, I could. Do I want to? No. Do I have to? No. I have the unique privilege of having enough money set aside to the 1% of my investment allows me to live comfortably, and I can come and go as I please, do whatever I want. Okay? You could say that I'm here. Is it perfect and ideal? Well, you know, I could go for a little bit more, but I'm happy where I am. All right? I don't like playing that game, keeping up with the, who was it that, keeping up with the Joneses. I have no desire to, you know, get a brand new car every year, have a house on the water. Yeah, no, thank you. I like a nice, quiet existence. I come and go as I please. I'm a buy and hold person. I don't sell once I buy, so I look for long-term investments with income. Well, alrighty then. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever, Mac. Okay, you're at that point in the life where you're looking for capital appreciation. Well, I get that. A lot of people are. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But that's not what I'm teaching here. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm looking for safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I buy companies as if I was going to buy and hold them long term. But I don't. I only want to hold them for 4 or 5 days. Get that 1%. Thank you very much. I'll see you in 90 days. Because each one of these companies I look at. Now, you like to buy companies and hold them for a long time. Well, so do I, but I hold them in a revolving door trading type scenario. So as their dividends are coming up, I buy them at that time, grab my 1%, thank you, and then I move on to the next one. How is Holo stock? I never heard of him, Danielle. Is that Daniel or Danielle? Alvin Pro King Services. Sorry you're late. Okay. Stocks that pay dividends are also less volatile. Yep. Okay, now the way I'm looking at it, alright, no stock, okay. That's a no. Getting news lately. How about NLY? We just got off course from what we were talking about a second ago. So what were we talking about? Alright, so I missed some questions. So NLY, I like NLY. NLY. Annaly at 1923. Now here's another company. You need to ask yourself, you know, do I know what this company is? Do I know what they do? Do I understand their their marketplace? Okay, how often have they increased their dividends? NLY. Okay, so they've only been paying dividends for 11 years also. 140 to 120 to 120 to 120 to 1 to 88 to 65. Yeah, that's why I don't like this, because they're constantly losing money. Now, how can I say they're constantly losing money? Well, if you are sharing your profits with your investors, because if it wasn't for the investors, you wouldn't be where you are. That's just the way it goes. You lend money to a company, they take that money and they try to make a good enterprise out of it. Well, great. You want them to be profitable. Well, if this one started 11 years ago at $1.40, slowly decreased it to $1.20, then dropped it down to $1, and then dropped it down to 88. Now it's dropped down to 65. Well, they're going backwards. Well, to me, that means they're not making money. And if they are making money, well, they're giving me less. So why would I want to put my money into a company that has less and less dividends, which means they're less and less profitable on a continuous basis? Okay, I like 20 years of increased dividends. This one only has 11 years of dividends. Big difference of dividends and increased dividends. Okay, that two-letter word of, only 11 years of dividends, 11 years of increased dividends. Okay, anyway, yeah, NLY is going to be a no for me. Sorry. How are you doing today? Tyrese, how are you today? I'm doing wonderful, thank you. Marmar. So does this mean we need to make runs on the bank and pull all the cash? I have no idea where you got that idea from. I didn't even come close to that one. Home Depot, I know the price is high, but so is the dividend. All right, Wildcat, let's take a look at Home Depot. Home Depot just so happens to be a dividend king, which means They've been in business for over 100 years, and they've consistently increased their dividends to their shareholders. 5 decades or more. Blake, check out Lulu. Okay, Blake, I don't even want to waste my time with Lulu. I know for a fact they don't have 20 years of increased dividends. So Lulu is a no, and I don't even have to look at it. So I bought one share of Walgreens this past Friday at 11. So I should have to wait to see how it goes. Well, Arrow, the idea is to buy and make a profit from the situation. Blake, no, they don't, but they are very undervalued. Okay, Blake, that's not the way I trade. Sorry. I'm a buy and hold person. I don't sell once I buy. So I look, okay. You only invest in dividend stocks. Well, correct. Okay, why would I put my money into a company that I don't know if they're profitable or not? And I'm not looking for capital appreciation. How do you get 1% then? Get off. How many days hold? Best driver. Ooh, all right. We're going to do a trade. Hold on a second. Arrow. Okay, Arrow, Walgreens. Okay. Well, yeah, basically, see what happens. All right. So, best driver wants to see how this works. All right, hold on a second. Ivan, you've been averaging 1% a week for 15 years on your trading. Yeah, that's what I said. Holo, how you doing? How is Holo stock? Never heard of it. Got it. Way to go, Ivan. Mac, how do you know the rule of 40? Nope, but I'm sure you're going to enlighten me. I have no idea what the rule of 40 is. Is that where you, wait a second, you work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to retire with 40% of your income? Is that what it is? Ivan, this can be done with options or large float swing trading on average. Okay. Johnny, if you buy right before the stock pays a dividend, how much would you buy of the stocks? Okay, Johnny, I like to buy 1,000 shares at a time. 1,000 shares of this, 1,000 shares of that. It all depends on the money. Because if I have, let's say hypothetically I have $100,000 in an account, and I want to do 5 trades. Well, it's 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, rounded off to the nearest 100 shares. So I might get 300 shares of this company, 500 shares of that company, 1,000 shares of this company, but all come to the same $20,000 value, right? But even if you add it all up together, I still like to make 1% a week. So if it's a $100,000 account, I like to make $1,000 a week. Okay, that's $50,000 a year, which is about 50%. That's what I like to do. Hey James, my name is Ron. My wife and I are looking and planning to seriously follow you and learn. Well, my suggestion would be to keep coming back and keep asking questions. And then open up a paper trading account, kind of like playing Monopoly. Experiment with it. Make sure it makes sense to you. And then follow the rules. Never buy something that you don't understand or you do not want to hold long term. Okay? Second, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the whole game. Okay, I like 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. You need to decide what it is that you want to do. Okay? Alright, combined revenue, profit, and growth should be 40. Okay, so growing can be 0 profit and revenue is growing at 40. Yeah, Mac, okay, fine, dandy. That's a different way of looking at it. I always thought the rule of 40 was 40 hours a week, 40 years of your life to work with 40% of your income. Ford closed at 52-week low. Well, that's great. I love 52-week lows. I do. I like them, and I like to keep my eye on them to find out how low they go before they actually stop, turn around, and go back up again. Because we are talking Ford. Ford dropped, I think, down to $2.30 once. I bought Walgreens, okay, blah, blah, blah. See what it does by Friday. Yep. Okay, DKS, the asset 242. Okay, Joe, I think we already went over DKS. Combined revenue, but what do you think about Roth IRA, and can I do some on the shorts and calls when you're doing? You can't short in an IRA. Okay, you can do covered calls, but you can't short. I use software. It's used for software companies primarily. Okay. How will this current frothy market affect this trading strategy? Hey, Poseidon's Last Molar, I haven't heard or seen from you in a couple of days. It's nice to see you back. Well, you want to know how the economy is going to affect the situation that we're currently doing. Well, again, I'm going to refer you back to rule number 1. Never buy anything unless you plan on holding it long term. So you're going to buy something and it's going to go down. You're also going to buy something and it's going to go up. Roth IRA, what are your thoughts? Roth IRA limits certain things, and if you think that the Congress is not going to figure out some way to tap into that future value of a Roth IRA when they say it's only taxed once, no, it's taxed once you take it out. Once you take it out and you buy something, you have to pay tax on that. Okay, what is the program you use? The screens behind you. That's Thinkorswim. Okay. Kyle, damn, I have no idea what that's for. What's a good trade to get into during the war to come? Something we can't live without. You know what? Betatel, is that right? Betatal 76. Here's an idea. Think of it this way. How many companies are still around that were around since World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Great Depression, the stock market crash, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, the crap in the Gulf, the pandemic, the financial crisis? What companies were in business for that length of time and still are consistently profitable and still consistently increasing their dividends to their shareholders? It's not that difficult to find a company that has longevity on its side, that's been around, seen a lot of crap. Ford, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. These companies have been around for over 100 years. Consolidated Edison, it's been around for 200 years and still going strong. Okay? Nonsense, Edward. Oh, Edward's saying nonsense? Wow. Which broker are you using? I'm using Thinkorswim, which is through Charles Schwab. Short on Intel. I don't like shorting. Besides last month, thank you, you're welcome. Roth IRA, what are my thoughts? I gave you my thoughts. What is the program you're using? Screen behind you, that's Thinkorswim. Kyle, damn. What good trades to get to? I already did that one. Buy and hold. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Well, Mac, I'm going to disagree with you there for a little bit. Now, Mac, I do this every day, twice a day. Okay, I'm on in the morning with a live trading group. Those few people that want to trade live and actually share and help each other out. That's a live trading group first thing in the morning, 9 o'clock before the market opens. I'm here every night to go over what the market has gone through. Also to look for opportunities that I didn't see today. Okay, did I see something tonight? Nope. Do I always see something? Nope. Every once in a while I will. I take advantage of it. I share it with people who want to know. Now, the buy and hold scenario, fine. You name 1 year that you've gotten over a 50% return with the buy and hold strategy. Okay? I get 50% per year or more, okay, consistently for the past 15 years. Which broker are you using? I'm using Thinkorswim, which is through Charles Schwab. I also use Robinhood. Hi, James. REITs are good for dividends. It all depends on what you want. Now, I actually own one REIT because it pays a nice weekly option premium. Okay, and I believe, Edward, sorry, I meant nonsense question. Nonsense question. Okay, whatever that. Hi, James. Really good. Okay, we're looking. The only REIT that I'm looking at this current moment in time is MPW. Okay, MPW. Okay, right now is going 462. Now I have a few shares at 497. I sold this week's $5 covered call, okay? See, I own it at $4.97 down here. See right down here, $4.97. But right now it's currently at $4.62. But look where the $5 strike is. It's at 9 cents. Okay, 9 cents is what percentage of 5? Well, got our calculator here, 9 cents, and we are going to divide it by the purchase price, $4.62. $4.62. Okay, that's 1.94%. That's almost 2% for 1 week, and it's a REIT. So, do you like REITs? MPW. Well, we've been trading MPW the past couple of weeks. Why? Well, because the numbers make sense. It's almost giving me 2% this week. Now, I bought it a couple of weeks ago. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can do this. Hold on a second. MPW, okay. Alright, so here's MPW and all the times I have bought MPW. Okay, since the beginning of the year. Alright, so the first time I bought MPW was right here. May 9th. Bought it at $4.65. I sold the 5s and got 10 cents. Well, that's more than 2%. Okay, I bought it again at $4.93. Sold the 5s for 12 cents a share. Well, that's more than 2% again. Again, I bought it again. $5.21. Sold the 5s for 30 cents. Take 20 off that. So you deduct the 21 cents off of the 30, I walk away with 19. Well, that's again 2%. Again here, I buy a stock at $5.20, I sold the 550s at 9%, at 9 cents. Well, that's almost 2%. Then you just keep on going. This is how many times I bought an MPW over the year. Now, I will continue buying MPW because it's working out very nicely for me. Okay, when a stock works out very nicely for me, I keep it in the rotation. I keep looking at the numbers. I keep watching the charts. Well, let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, this is the last 30 days for MPW. Okay, 30 days ago, we have our 30-day bottom right here. That was $4.02. Okay, 30 days ago, $4.02. And then she jumps up to $5.40. Well, that is a 25% increase. Because a $4 stock and it jumps up $1, that's a 25% increase. I'm not going by the dollar amount. I mean, a dollar is nothing. Okay, if Microsoft went up $1, nobody would even notice it. But you have a $4 stock that goes to a $5 stock, that's a 25% increase. Well, hell yeah, I want to climb all over that. She goes up, she comes back down. Well, she's on her way down now. I own a bunch at $4.97. Okay, great. I got no problem with it at all. So always ask yourself the question, okay, do I like the company? Do I like where it is at this moment in time? Can I see myself owning it for the long term? Great. Well, my price or my entry to the game, if that's the way you want to look at it, is $4.97. And it will always be $4.97. So I'm selling the 5 this week. I'm getting almost 2%. Great. If it's above 5, then somebody will buy it from me, and I will get the difference between my price and the strike price, which is an additional 3 cents. Not a huge amount, but that's not the point. The point is I'm getting over 1%, close to 2% every single week with MPW. Okay, it is a REIT. I don't normally do REITs, but I do when their consistency is like this one. First time I bought MPW was around 18, 2 years ago, still holding. Gary, dude, I can't help you out with that one. Well, I could help you out with that one if you wanted to join in, and we can walk you through it, how you can. So even though, yeah, the premiums are horrible on this company. Because even though you bought it at 20, I would be selling, out of the strike money, which would be the 6s or the 5s, and I would continue doing that every single week. And every week you do that, what does it do? It chips away at the dollar cost average. So once you sell a covered call against it at the 550 and you bring in 2 cents, Well, at $20, well, now it goes to $19.98. And then next week it'll be $19.96. Then it'll be $19.90. Then it'll be $19.50. Then it'll be $19.20. And slowly, 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 as long as it's bringing you in cash flow every week, I don't see the problem with it. Now, I don't know where you were when you bought it at 20, and I don't know what your reasoning was to buy it at 20. Okay, so if you bought it at 20, well, it didn't hit 20 at all this year. Okay, so let's go to Yahoo Finance. Put in MPW, and I'm going to pull up the chart because I'm kind of curious. All right, Max, VSEE. I never heard of it. It's a health stock. I honestly don't care what it is, to be totally honest with you. And the only reason I say I don't care what it is because that's not how I pick my stocks. I don't care if they're healthcare, dry goods, oil, tobacco, energy. I don't care. My concern is how consistently are they increasing their dividends? How profitably is the company run on a consistent basis? So if I put my money in this company, have they consistently increased their profits every single year? Okay, I don't want to put my money into a company that's not consistently profitable. Let's take a look at the chart here. Okay, so the last time this company has seen 20 was back in 2022. Okay, so stock drops, goes back up. Stock drops, goes back up. Stock drops, goes back up. I'm looking at, for the past couple of years, the chart on Yahoo Finance. I'm noticing that the stock goes up and the stock goes down. Okay, look, it goes up, it goes down. It goes up, it goes down. So why do you hold it? So you bought it at 20 a couple of years ago. Well, why didn't you sell it when it went up? Why didn't you buy it back when it went down? What stock do you usually buy and sell covered calls? Well, I do a lot of Macy's, Walgreens, Nordstrom's, Bank of America, a bunch of them. But those are the ones so far this year. So I'm sorry that that you held on to MPW for as long as you have, and you haven't profited as much as you should have or could have. Okay? Now that you know, there's a possibility that you could hypothetically bring in a consistent cash flow from it. I don't know. I can't help you out with that one because I'm a long-term buy and hold investor. Well, Gary, you're definitely in the wrong place then. It's really not that difficult. Max, VSE, never heard of it. Bet It All. Okay. Oh, that's your name. Bet It All 76. Cool beans. XYLD. That's going to be a no. Okay, I've looked at XYLD plenty of times. It's always been a no. Okay, Ron here. Ron here. My desire is to learn how do I get in touch with you. Open a channel swap. I'm ready. Okay, hold 1 second. Let's see if this works. Ooh. You can catch me here. Cool. I just said, this is neat. I just learned how to do that. Okay. What's the red? What's the red? I have no idea. Did this MPW trades get executed? Didn't see the sell transactions. Gee, what were we talking about? Hold on a second. Okay. Now his question was, with all these trades, he said he didn't see the sell orders. Well, you don't get sell orders when you do a covered call and they expire. Okay? These red ones here, well, those were, what the hell was that? That's a sell when I sold something. But when you buy and sell, okay, this option here, right, 17 May 24, okay, it expires on the 17 May 24. So If it is in the money, it will expire and I will collect that and you pay back into cash. It doesn't actually give you a transaction that it expired. It doesn't say, well, this option here expired worthless. It doesn't say this option expired. It doesn't say this one. Okay? When you buy them and then you sell them separately, like these, that's a different story. But if I let them expire, yeah, it doesn't show as a sold or a closed transaction. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, back to where we were. All right. So where were we? So G, I hope that answers your question. But if you look at the overall trend, it's downward. For which one are we talking about? Because right now we're looking at MPW. All right, and it's not in a downward trend. It's kind of like a channel going sideways at the moment. So I got to apologize because I got 6 cameras going: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then another TikTok over here. So it's like when you guys post questions, it's hard for me to follow the conversations that you're doing because you think you know what it is you're talking about and you know what you want me to say. Drazik, how are you? You know what you want, what kind of conversation you have with me. But you remember, I got a couple hundred here, a couple bunch of people there. Yeah, MPW, like that one there. So when you say something and I don't understand what you're saying, it's kind of hard for me to do that. Gary, overall trend. Okay, Gary, I know what you're talking about with overall trend on what stock. First time I bought MPW was on 18, 2 years ago. Okay, still holding. Okay, well now she's going sideways. Okay, that's where she was a couple of years ago. Well, now we're here. This is why I don't hold anything long term. The longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. I did it because it just so happened to happen that way. I bought it, it dropped, I followed it down, I followed it back up. It got to the same level again, and I got out. Okay? QMC. Never heard of QMC. 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 Usually when I say I never heard of it, well, can't find that one, so that's going to be a no. Abdul, WDS. Denzel, how are you? WDS, huh? WDS. Yeah, that's a no. Longest ever. Holy cow. Did you really just say you bought a stock and you held it for 40 years? Longest I held 40 years. Holy cow. Alright, don't get me wrong. It may work for you. But can you imagine 40 years of getting a rate of return? Wow. Anyway. Okay. Thoughts on VSEE? That's, I already said no to that one. VSEE. Okay, it has no options. That's a no. 1981. Weston. More power to you, dude. How do you join? Right, hold on, Dallas. I just figured out how to do this, so I'm going to do this a lot more now on. Crap. How do I send you a message? Here we go. You can DM me right here. We can chat, and we'll talk about it. All right. I remember the last crash in '87. All right. John wants to take a look at Dell. I like Dell. Do I have any Dell? I think I do have some Dell. I do. I have some Dell at 109. And I sold the 100s for $1.10. Okay. All right. That's a little less than 1%. It is what it is. All right. So let's keep on moving. Dell. It's at $100 now. The $100 go for $275. Like MPW a lot. Okay. But see, the funny thing is here, Neil, is that you like it a lot. Great. So if she goes up, why not take the profit and then jump out? And then when she comes back down again, well, jump back in again. When she goes back up, get out. When she goes back down, jump in. You could have, over the last 40 years or whatever, kept jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, getting that 1% per week. That's a lot of money that you passed up over all these years. Okay, Medina. Do you only open your covered calls on companies consolidating on the downside on the monthly? No, not necessarily so. All right, Poseidon's last molar, you want to see if I got 1% on. Okay, now Poseidon's molar, are you talking about is Dell giving 1% this week, or are you talking about did I get 1% this week on Dell? That's two different questions. But let's take a look at that question. A year ago, Dell is sitting at 54. She jumps up to 180. You do know that's about a 300% increase. All right? About, somewhere, just a little bit less than 300. Now, the high of the year was 179.51. The bottom of the year, okay, we already discussed what that was. Now, hold on. Yeah, the bottom of the year, 53. Okay, so top of the year, 180. All right, the last 30 days, because we want to know where it's going to be on this coming Friday. Okay, so 30 days ago, we opened up at 140. 2 days later, we're at a high at 150.23. Drozik, I missed the buy right Macy's today for this week. Is it late to do it tomorrow at 106? Macy's is not at 106. Drozik, Macy's is somewhere in the 15, 16, 17. Okay. All right. So anyway, so Dell, at this moment in time, if I bought at 100, the 100's going for 275. Okay, that's just a little bit less than 3%. Okay. Now, I like 2 days to the upside. Now, today was an up day. So what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen the next day? Did you 110 on 109? Hold on a second. Okay, I dollar cost average down today. All right, and I brought it down from 128 down to 109. And I sold the 100s for 110. That is over 1% today. So yes, I got over 1% on Dell today. Okay. Okay, so Medina, do you only open your covered calls on companies consolidating on the downside for the monthly? No, not at all. Okay, what I do more specifically, I do my trading based on the calendar. Okay, here's the calendar right here, August 2024. Today is the 5th. This week you have Ford, Intel, British Petroleum, IBM, Siri, Visa, and Wells Fargo paying dividends this week. So if I want to get a dividend from any one of those companies, I have to buy it before that little green dot. That green dot represents the EX dividend date. Okay, besides Adventure, yep, I got that one. Alright, so. Alright, Drozik, Macy's, huh? Take a quick gander at Macy's. Again, at Macy's. 5 right there. Okay, so 30 days ago, Macy's was at the high of the 30-day period, 2047, way up here. Okay, she gaps down here, channel sideways, drops again. Here's the new 30-day bottom right there. We talked about this earlier today. Okay, so she's sitting at this moment in time in 1546. And your question was that I missed the buy right Macy's today. Is it too late to do it tomorrow? Now, Drozik, my opinion, this is just my opinion. We don't know if this is the bottom of the 30-day period, because tomorrow she can drop further. So tomorrow will give us a good idea of where or when the 30-day bottom is going to show up. So I can't answer that question until tomorrow. All right, we're at 11:21. Let's go over a couple more. Exxon Mobil is on the list, so let's take a look at Exxon Mobil. XOM. Interesting. Okay, 5 things I want to see in the chart: the high, the low, where was it, where is it, what direction it's going. That should take you no more than 2 to 3 seconds. High, low, was, is, where is it going now? Okay, great. That's where we are. We're at 116.01. The 116. So if I'm going to buy it tomorrow morning, my price is going to be right up here. They ask 116.01. All right. If I'm going to sell a covered call against it, which is the safest trading strategy there is, the 116 is going for 138. We all know that 138 is more than 1% of 116. Great. Wonderful. Let's see what the chart's telling me. Well, here's the high, here's the low, there's what was, blah, blah, blah. A year ago at 107. Bottom of the year, we got a double bottom at 95.83. 123.75 in the middle of April was the high of the year. So you take a look at it from the high of the year. You can see the pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all it does. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So where are we right now? We're right here. Look. Up, down, right there. This baby's getting ready to turn and go back to the upside. So let's go look at the last 30 days. Right there. Okay, check that out. That looks like an M. Okay? Down. Here's your bottom right here. 110.50. There's your top. 120. That's a $10 increase. $10 increase on a $110 stock. How has the crash affected your model? Okay, Archie, I don't know which crash you're talking about, because if you're talking about the crash today, it didn't affect it at all. Okay, I still made over 1% in my accounts, which is what I'm looking to do. Make 1% or more every week. All right. So, up, down, right here. It's still coming down. So this one here, I will be keeping my eye on for the next couple of days to find out where is the bottom going to be. Is it going to be 112, 113, 111, 110? It's not going to show up for another day or two. 3, have you ever stuck with a stock because it went down a lot? 3, I did Target last year, and yes, I did. Zach, I want to invest and know nothing. Where do I start? Well, Zach, you start by coming back every day, watching some of my videos. Every single video I have done so far since January on YouTube is available on YouTube. You can watch hour upon hour upon hour. Every day, so over 2.5 hours, I upload to YouTube of videos. Archie, I want 1%, please. I have 100,000. How to start? All right. I just learned how to do this. All right, Archie, you can text me here. Send me your number. I'll give you a call, and we'll see if this is right for you. All right. Yeah, we can't put a lot on there, can we? Alright, Demon, 1 per week, but every 5% down. Where is the math? She Monster, 4, 8, 15, 6, 24. Okay. So someone's having a difficulty with math. Demon, that's you, right? Okay. So let's go back here for a second. Okay. Now, this account has about 100,000 in it. All right, let's go to the numbers. Calculator. Okay, first trade of the day was 35 contracts at 24 cents. Clear. Okay, 0.24 multiply 35. 500. 500 clear. What was it? 0.24 multiply 3,500 contracts, or 3,500 shares. That's 840. Okay, so if this account has $1,000 and $100,000 in it, and I'm looking to get $1,000, well, trade number one this morning brought in 840 bucks. Okay, trade number two. Whoops. Okay, clear that. Trade number two, 16 contracts at 10 cents. Well, that's 160 bucks. Okay, 160 bucks. Okay, plus memory. All right. Trade number three, 13 contracts at 13. Okay, it's another 169 bucks. Okay, clear that. And last one, 14. All right, you reading this one? 14 contracts at 122. Okay, so 122 multiply 1,400 shares. Okay, 1708. Now, so these four trades right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. These four trades made $2,877 on a $100,000 account. Okay? So, what do you think that means? Okay, that's just this week in this one particular account. Now, we could do the same thing over here in this particular account. We can do all the math, and you'll see that's over $1,000 also in this particular account. Now, this particular account has $100,000 in it also, so that's well over 1%. So let's do the math on this one. Clear that, clear memory. First trade, 10 contracts at 10 cents. That's only 100 bucks. Okay, plus memory, clear that. Mara, 20 contracts at 23 bucks. 23 bucks, multiply 20 contracts. That's a grand total of 460 bucks. Clear. Okay. 20 contracts at 22 cents a share. 22 multiply 20 contracts. 440 again, plus memory. Clear. Next, three contracts, 3 at 134. So 134 multiply 3 equals, okay, another 400 bucks, plus memory. Clear. 43 contracts by 11 bucks. That's 473. 2 at 11, that's 22 bucks. 7 at 9, that's 63 bucks. Okay, so here's the thing on this one. This particular account so far has brought in $1,960 so far. Okay, so far this week. We're only into Monday. Okay, there's only $100,000 in this account. This account has already brought in $1,960. And look, I still got $45,000 to invest tomorrow. I'm not even halfway through my money, and I've already made almost 2% in this one particular account. So stocks are going down, but yet I'm still making my more than 1%. Okay, so I don't know where your math is incorrect. Okay, Dimon? Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to buy a bunch more, whatever I'm going to buy, I don't know yet. But I have $45,000 still to play with. Okay, and in this account here, I could probably do the exact same thing. Okay, 900. Oh, look at this. 9 contracts, 1 trade. So this is just 1 trade. What the hell am I looking at? Okay, 1,000 contracts at Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, 1,000 shares. Okay, 1,000 shares at 58, and then I sold 10 contracts at 2. Okay, so clear this. So $200, which is 2 contracts, multiplied by 10, because I did 10 contracts. Hit the wrong number, damn it. Right, so $2 at 1,000 contracts. 1,000 shares. $2,000. One trade. One trade this morning, okay? Advanced Auto Parts. Buy 900 shares, buy 100 shares, that's 1,000 shares at $57.99, 58, and I sold the $2 call. I sold the 58 call for $2. 10 contracts. That's not even counting the stuff up here. This has already made 2% with just one trade. Alright? So, yeah, it works even if the market is down. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. And we're at 11:32. Alright, so what do we got here? So, Dimon, I hope that have answered your question. Zeke, thoughts on CrowdStrike? CrowdStrike's going to be a no because they don't have 20 years of increased dividends. Uh-oh, I missed some questions, Zach. Uh-oh, I missed a bunch of questions. Oh, no. All right, Land, already did that one. Tyson Food, where look at Tyson, that was going to be a no. Ford was a no because the numbers weren't looking right. What is a good, okay, Zach, what's a good amount to start with? I can't answer that question for you. I have no idea who you are. I have no idea what your goals are. I have no idea what you want to do, what your income, what your, I have no idea about anything about you, Zach, so I can't tell you what to start with. But I can tell you, I started at one account a few years ago at $1,500. My grandson started his account with $50. What program do you use? That's Thinkorswim. Should I buy Intel? I can't tell you that one. 3. There are 4 transactions. 8 in your account are intraday options and covered calls bought. Yeah. Okay, I have 6 different accounts. I just showed you 3. Okay, I'm not 100% sure which one you're talking about. What are your analysts and CrowdStrikes? What's my analysis on CrowdStrike? CrowdStrike's a no. The reason why CrowdStrike is a no is it CRW? Is that right? Okay. Here's CrowdStrike right here. Okay? Top's way up there, bottom's way down here. CRWD. CRWD. Okay, so this is what I don't like about CrowdStrike is there are no dividends in the time select period. They have no dividends at all. CrowdStrike is a no. Sorry. What program are you using? That's Thinkorswim. You can go online and just download it. How do I join the morning trading group? Dallas Guns, how are you today? Whoops. I missed that one. Alright, let me try that one more time. You can join by going to the10minutetrader.com. There's a big button that says live trading. Okay, how many do its dividend stocks? Yep, right, 86. Thank you for that back. Hi, why you don't have a webinar this morning? I did. We had one this morning. I think the recording should be up. Oh, wait a minute, yeah. I tried uploading the recording and it had an error, so I'm going to try to upload it again. I should have gone to the casino. I'm out 30 G's. Oh, dude, can't help you out with that one. How do you handle stocks going against you, like this week, for example? Do you sell for a loss? Okay, no. Or hold and recover. I don't sell for losses. Okay, when I say these what my rules are, rule number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. That means every stock I buy, I go in with the intention of holding on to it for a long time. It just so happens to be a coincidence that if I go in at this price here and I sell someone this here, this is what I consider free money. Okay? So if I'm buying it at 227 and I'm selling it at 227 and I'm collecting $5, well, that's a 2% return that I can get for the week. If it goes above, well, yeah, I got my 2%. Great. If it doesn't, I still own the stock I wanted to buy in the first place. So when I'm looking at a stock, I'm looking at it as if I'm going to buy it and hold on to it. If I buy it at a certain price that I'm okay with buying it at, because that's number one question, do I like this stock at this price? So if I buy it at this price, great, fine, dandy. Well, what if it goes down? Well, I really don't care because I liked it at that price. What if it goes up? Well, good, I liked it at that price. Now it's even better because it went up and somebody bought it from me and I made a profit. I don't see a problem there. It's not an issue. Okay? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Buy a good stock, sell somebody the rights to buy it from you for the same price you paid for it. You're going to collect a premium of 1% per week. That 1% per week comes to over 50% per year. So you get a $100,000 account, 50% is $50,000. A $200,000 account, that's $100,000. And what does it take? It takes 10 to 15 minutes a day, which is less than an hour a week. So if you have a $200,000 account and you're trading and you're making 1% a week, well, that's $2,000. That's $2,000 for 1 hour of your time. It all depends on how you equate it. Ask yourself a better question, you're going to get a better answer. The better questions, you have a better life. You ask crappy questions, you get crappy answers. Thank you, Damon. You're welcome. Can you start with 10 grand? Yes, you can. I actually have 10 grand. Well, I actually have 11 grand in my Robinhood account. Because I do different trading strategy there. Thoughts on Apple and Warren Buffett selling 50% stake with the growth of AI? Okay. This may be a stupid question, but what is dividend trading? Well, I'm not quite sure what dividend trading is, but the title of the group is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. It doesn't say dividend trading, it says dividend investing. So I'm investing in dividend stocks that consistently increase their dividends. And I use the dividend date to tell me when to start looking at a company, because they're all different. Dividend stocks. Yeah. Learning how to sell calls and puts. How long you hold for. Alright, user 9577. I don't hold. I have no intention on holding. Now, when I say don't buy a stock you're not okay holding for a long period of time, I go with the intention of holding it, specifically with a company that has consistently increased its dividends. So if they're going to give me more profits every single year, year after year after year, great, I will put my money into it. And if I can make 1 or 2% off of that company every single week, well, why would I want to sell it? Do you buy CFDs or normal stock? Can I do this model on trading 212? All right, Archie, I never heard of trading 212, number one. Number two, what is a CFD? Sorry, I have no idea what they are. Okay, now, I stick to one trading strategy. I stick to a few trading strategies, and I try to keep it as simple as possible. Hey, Medina, I'll ask you another question. Do you always buy your covered calls exactly 2 weeks before the dividend pay date? No. Most of the time, yes. All the time, no. Do I get a dividend stock schedule of different stocks in one place? Yes, you can. Okay, there are a lot of websites that tailor to specifically dividend investing, or people that want to invest in dividend stocks. Okay, there's a whole bunch of groups, some groups, that, hey, it's a safe bet, and they consistently increase their dividends, so why not? Travis, I'm just getting ready to sign off. Archie, I am from UK, not USA, so what platform can I use? Ooh, you'd be, I would think of looking into a VPN and signing in as a US, as someone in the US, or resident, if you can get resident alien status. Thank you for your insight and wisdom. I keep learning little by little every day. You inspired me. Whoa, Wildcat Sam. You're welcome. Top 3 stocks you love to use for options also. Well, that would be Macy's, Kohl's, and Nordstrom's. Okay, it's past 11:30. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. Always a pleasure every night. I knew it this, and I see that everything is low, and I want to hop on the train. What do you recommend? All right, first thing, Ann. Is that right? Ann or Ant? Ant. All right, I don't make suggestions. All I do is I read numbers and I interpret stock charts the way I see them. Okay, I don't make any interpretation. I don't give any advice whatsoever. Same here. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so that being said, catch you guys again tomorrow night, and we'll do this thing all over again. Now, if I didn't get to your question tonight, come back tomorrow night, and then I'll ignore your question tomorrow night too. No, just kidding. I try to get as many questions as I possibly can. Hams, what do you expect SMCI? I don't do that one, sorry. Is the bottom in? Darren, I don't know where the bottom is. There's so many companies we're going to be looking at this week, trying to isolate where is the bottom for those companies. Once we find them, we can take a look at the numbers and see if it's a good trade. Now, I follow a lot of stocks, so I like to keep it as increased dividends for 25 years and weekly options. Michael, you weren't listening to a word I said. Okay, when I said I only do weekly options on companies that have 20 years, what was that? 20 years of increased dividends. Tesla doesn't have any at all. AI stocks don't have 20 years of increased dividends, so they are going to be a no. Sorry. Should I buy some stocks right now? Never done it before. Wham, my suggestion would be come back every day, learn a little bit more, get a paper trading account first before you do any real money trading. Thanks for your time. You're welcome. And that's done. You guys, catch you tomorrow. And you guys down here on YouTube, you guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel.